Hello guys. So on the previous problem that we've done for isometric, I made a teeny tiny mistake there that I said I was gonna fix in the next video. So let us redo that problem one more time. So like I said, we are going to use the box method to do this problem because it is the most effective method, as I have noticed on our class that when we use that other method, there was a bit of a confusion right there. So this is the problem that we're dealing with right there. So for the box method, you're gonna have to draw a box that will fit this drawing perfectly. So when you check this, the box that will fit this drawing is 180, which is 128 plus 20 plus 20 there, 180, right? And then from this side, the height is going to be 95 plus the radius. There they say the diameter is 64, so the radius is going to be 32, right? So it's 95 plus 32, which is 127. And then this way is going to be 20 plus 44 plus 20, which is 64, right? So the box that we need is a 127 by 168 by 84, right? Let's get to it. So what you want to do is to make sure that you start your drawing as close as possible to the bottom side of your A3, right? Because if you start it up there, somewhere there, it won't fit. Right, then now you're going to measure 168, 127 and 88, right? So what you want to do is to make sure that you measure exactly 168. I did say 168, right? It's there. I don't like this rule at all. Right there. Just gonna switch to this. And then this side is 88. And then this side 127. Vertical line. This one I can draw it this way. It won't work. Like this. And then that, like I said, each and every dot is supposed to have 3 lines. See, this one is 1 line, number 2. The third one is going to be this way. And then this one, it has 1, 2. You need the third that way. and then this one 1 2, the third that way. Just like that. So when you draw this question, this drawing, this object is supposed to fit inside this box perfectly, right? Shouldn't go above the box or below, like below this line or above that line. It shouldn't, right? So now what you do is you are supposed to divide this drawing into 3 features, because we have 3 features there. You have the base, which is that one, you have the cylinder, which is that one, and you have the ribs, like that, which is that one. So it's feature number 1, feature number 2, and feature number 3. So I want us to start with feature number 1, which is the base. So now the base, it is 32 by 20 plus 44, right, which is 64. So that day I made it 84. I made it up to there, and it was supposed to be up to somewhere there. That is why the drawing looked funny, right? So that was the tiny detail that I missed there, right? So we're gonna measure 32. Count 1 2 3, 32 right there. That side. It's not gonna work. Bring it this. So from this line, I'm going to measure 66 there. 66, right? 64, sorry, 64. So that is my base. So that day I made a tiny mistake there. That messed everything up. Okay, this one I can draw it this way. Something like that. For now, don't worry about the accuracy. Just worry about the concept and actually knowing how to do this question. Right, and then now, the second feature that I want us to put there is the cylinder, right? So now for the cylinder, what you're gonna have is something like this at the back. So this is our cylinder, and also so that is a cylinder, right? So we're going to attach this at the back, right? So here they said it's 58. Can you see that? The height or length of that cylinder, whatever there is. And then the diameter here is 64, right? Meaning from here to there, 64. So you're going to attach this thing here, right there, right? And it's in the middle, right? Let's do that. And this is going to be the half of that, the half of 168, it should be 84, right? We look for our 84 there. Let me just erase this line before it causes confusion. And then you're going to put this part here, right there, right? Please feel free to pause the video and rewind it if you did not understand something. Right there. I missed by an inch there, but it won't matter. Right. And then this box here is a 64 by 64, right? Because it's supposed to fit a 64 diameter circle. So we're going to measure 32 this side, 32 that side, and that will make 64. So for that, I like to use a compass. And obviously to the center. And also there. And then this. Like this. Let me just take this off for it to look nicer. Just like that, right? So now this is what we're interested in, that tiny box there, right? So now, in order to put that circle at the back, we said you're supposed to look at the shortest diagonal. I've heard some of you saying the biggest angle. Fine. The shortest diagonal, right? From here to center, like that, right? And then again from here to center, like that. And then opposite from there, from there, that corner to there. And from that corner again, like that. Then you come with your compass, you place it there. Okay, so you know from this side, right? This side, you're not going to need everything for that circle. So, okay, let me just draw it, then I'll show you how to get where exactly. We'll darken it there. We'll erase what we need. This one we definitely don't need it, but this one we only need half of it, right? I'll show you how to get that. And then you're supposed to draw this one in front, right? So you have to project these corners, 58, all of them. Each corner. Excuse me for a second. Sorry about that. Okay, and then So it's this corner, that corner, that corner, and that corner. So all of them, they are supposed to be projected 58. So you measure 58. I'm just gonna use a compass. You measure 58 from that corner there to there, that point. And then you go like this. Like that, right? Now you have it right there. So now just remove this one so that it doesn't confuse you, because I've seen a lot of you using that one and your circle was not connecting. So just take it out to avoid any confusion. So that one also, you need a center for it, right? You can again take it from the back. Take it from the back right there. Can even project, no problem. And also that center as well, you need it. Take it. Then you go like this. That there. And then like this. So it's this. Those are the points for the circle in front, right? Then you do the very same thing. Shortest diagonal from there, center. From there, center. From here, center. And then from there, right? Then you come with your compass. It's nothing deep, guys. It's really nothing deep. I see here I missed maybe by an inch or something. It doesn't matter as long as you get the concept. Just like that, right? And then you are supposed to join these two, just like that, right? So now there's a particular point there. It's supposed to be tangent to both those circles, right? Now, in order to get the tangent point to these circles, you're going to draw a line from here, where you've placed your compass, to that corner. That's the light line. And this intersection, that's your tangent point. Also there. And that's your tangent point right there. You do the very same thing this side, there, tangent point, there, there. Then you come with your ruler, you go to those two tangents, and you draw. You see, now you can draw with confidence because you know where it's supposed to touch. This one I won't make it dark because I still have to erase some of the things there. And then here you're going to take this part of your circle because it's not supposed to be visible. Just like that. See? So I'm not going to entertain that circle inside. Ne? This one. This circle inside, I'm not going to entertain it. You will do it. So let me just proceed to putting on the ribs, right? Now they say the ribs are 20 millimeters from the back, right? 20 millimeters from the back. So, and they're also touching there at center, you see? So what you do is, along this line, this center line, this is where they are touching, right? This center, let me just darken it just a little bit. They are supposed to touch along this line, right? Now you're gonna measure 20 from the back as they suggested. See? So now the first line is touching 20 millimeters from the back. And this is the line that you just plotted there. So you draw it. I hope I drew it in the correct spot this time around. And then the rib is 20 millimeters thick. You do that. So that day I made a mistake because you guys forced me to make that video even when I said I was tired. So sorry for that mistake. Okay, there. And then you join. Nothing difficult. Like that. Yeah, today it looks nicer. And then you go like this. Sorry. So you have this rib this side and that rib on the other side, isn't it? So now where is this one going to touch? I've seen some of you drawing it from here directly to that center. That is not where it touches. Ne? You are supposed to trace these two points on the other side. The same way you've done this, you can do it on the other side. Let me show you. Isn't it this side we took the center there, right? We took the center and drew that light line at the center. You do the very same thing on the other side. You take the center like that, right? Now, along this line of center, you are going to trace this point on the other side, right? Now, you can take it with a compass or you can easily project it to that side. In fact, the projecting one is the easiest one. You take your T-square, your set square, and then you trace that point to the other side. So there is the point where that rib is supposed to go. Then you put your pencil there and you just align your ruler with that line, right? Then you draw it until it touches the circle, just like that. Touches the circle, then you leave it. So it's not going to the center, it's going there. So your examiners are going to be paying attention to that, right? Okay. And then another detail that I left out that day is here. There's going to be a curve here, a curve, just like this one. A curve there, just like this one. So in order to get that curve, you are going to project this point backwards, right? You're going to project this point backwards. Then I'll show you how. You project it like this, see, like that. And then you are trying to make a point like this there, the same point like this there, because the curve that you're going to have here is the same curve as this one. So you can draw it using that point, but then you have to push it back a bit to the back, right? So what is the length where you're supposed to place that point? It is this length from here to here, right here. Now let's say that was 20, right? It means you're going to project this point 20 millimeters back, right? So you measure like this, like that. Then you come to this point and you mark there. So this is your new point. That's where you're gonna put your compass now. Then you take your compass and you place it there, like this, and then you bring it to that corner there, like that. Then you can draw. You can arc. See, nothing difficult. Just like that. Then you get rid of this, that, like this. Then you can darken what needs to be darkened there. Oh. Just like that. Then you're done there, right? Then some of you were asking me about this curve right here, this curve right here, and that curve right there. It's nothing difficult. You're going to be doing the very same thing as you've been doing on the other curves, right? Now for the curve right here, you are going to measure 40, right? We're going to take a shortcut to this one. It's 40 to there, 40 to there, right? Let's do that first. Because they said that curve is radius 20, right? So if it's radius 20, it means the box that we're supposed to make is supposed to be a 40 by 40, isn't it? The box that we're supposed to make there. It's a 40 by 40. So you make that there and there. I hope I measured the 40 though. Or does it look too big? Yeah, it is a 40. Right? And then you can draw there. You have to put it the other way. That way. And that way. Like this. So also center, right? You already know the drill. You have to get the center of that box like this, which is 20. So you can choose to draw this or not, so it doesn't really matter. Just like that. Then you can take your compass. You come and put it right here. You see where the 40 and 40 meet. You put it right there. And you extend it to the center. You see center right there. Right there, right? Then you draw a curve. Nothing complicated there. I'm just going to show you the one on top. Ne? Oh, in fact, I can even show you the one at the bottom. What does it matter? So the one at the bottom, The one at the bottom, it is 32 millimeters that direction, right? Downwards. I get it from here to there is 32. So that one is 32 millimeters downwards. So you have to project this point 30, is it 30 or 32? 32, right? It's 32 millimeters from here downwards. So you also have to project this point. In fact, you are basically doing what you did here. Let's remove this. You are basically doing what you did right here. You are projecting that point to that here, to that point there. Just getting one here. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, so you are projecting that point the same way you did here. You project that point to there so that you can draw that. So you're also doing the very same thing here. You're going to project it 32 millimeters downwards. 32 is there. That is 32. Then the same way you drew this one here, it's the same way you're going to draw that one. You place your compass here at that 32 point there. Then you draw. Shouldn't be rocket science. Just like that. And this will look nicer. I'm applying too much pressure on this thing so that it will be visible. It keeps breaking. Okay. Now the curve on this other side, I've seen some of you attempting to draw it like this. It's not gonna work, right? Now what you're gonna do on this other side, you're going to measure that same 40 that you measured at first, the 40 from here, and then there, and also that 21 ones that I don't have to measure again. The same thing we've done on the other side. But then we're not going to draw it the same way. So that one did not reach to where it was supposed to reach. There. Okay. So now what's happening here? Now this curve here, let me show you. You see, if you go down on that document, you'll find this thing there. Now this is this, right? And this is that. That is the top view, front view, front view. So for the front view, you use this method. For the top view, you use that method, right? Now, what is happening here? This curve here, it's just a shortcut, this one, by the way. Ne? This curve here, it is that curve that you're seeing there. That's why you put your compass there and you close that, isn't it? Now, on the other side, the curve that you're going to get here, it is not that one. It is not this one. It is that one. See? So the error most of you were making is you were trying to draw this curve as if it's that one. And you just put your compass here and try to draw that. That's why you're not getting it. Right? So in order to get this one, you're supposed to do at least that. Right? Here. So that you can be able to close. We said you're looking for the shortest diagonal, right? The shortest diagonal is this one. Then you say there, right? and there. That one, there, and there. So you were looking for this one right here, that part. It does it look funny? Did I join it well? I hope so. So you're gonna put your compass there and you close, unlike this side. So that was the only mistake that some of you were making there. 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 And then there will be a tiny curve at the bottom as well. There will be a tiny curve there as well. So how do you do it? You still project that point downwards, 32. The same way you projected that one downwards, 32, right? Right, then you come 32 right there. That's your 32. And you come with this. Hopefully I'm not making a mistake here. There. And you put it here as well. Sorry. See, just to close there. Perfect. Just like that. Oh, for heaven's sake. Just like that. So this is what you were looking for. Now, like I said, I'm not gonna entertain everything in that problem. So this problem, it has circles there, right? Circles here. So gonna be something like that there, right? And something like that there. Those two circles. How are you gonna draw it? They are on the top view, isn't it? There. There. Right? And then there's another one here, which I'm not gonna entertain as well. You are going to do it. So this one is the same as that, just a shorter, a smaller version. Right, I hope I did not leave anything for today's video. Thank you very much.